Welcome back everyone to more career mode gameplay of NASCAR Heat 5. And before we get into our discussion of Martinsville and what sort of chassis and the strength of our chassis for that race, let's first begin by taking a look at the season standings. And really, when you see what we've got here, you'll know exactly what type of race we had at Talladega. So we simulated the race as I mentioned, and of course we didn't have a very good chassis to take either, so it didn't turn out all that well. In fact, let's go back and take a look at the race results. 24th position. But I must admit, I got a really good laugh when I scrolled up to see, hey, who won the race? Mike Harmon won the race. Now, the only sad part for me here is that he didn't win a race earlier in the season, so he could have made it into the playoffs, because that would have been awesome to see Mike Harmon make it into the playoffs. So you can see a lot of the top finishers were not the top guys in the playoff hunt. There you see Austin Hill in 5th, but then you have to drop down a little bit. There's Friesen and so on. So our bad finish certainly isn't what we were looking for. However, it's not the end of the world. In fact, what it does is it creates a lot more intrigue going into Martinsville. So now let's swap back over to the playoff grid. We're sitting here in 5th position. We're 10 points out of 4th position, 20 points out of 3rd. So essentially, unless Johnny Sauter just has a terrible race, which of course we've seen before from playoff competitors having a really bad race. But unless that happens, he's probably pretty safe. Stuart Friesen is 10 points away. So we're going to go into this race with a mindset of trying to win. Obviously, that's what we are here for. But we also have to keep in the back of our mind that not only are we trying to chase down Stuart Friesen, but we've also got Austin Hill and Ben Rhodes that are tied with us in points. So we have to be mindful of several different things during this race. Now, in real life, we would have a crew chief that was monitoring that kind of stuff for us and would give us updates and all that kind of thing. But for our purposes in the game, we don't have any of that. So we're going to have to focus on the race, focus on getting as many stage points in stage 1 and 2 as we can, and then getting the best finish that we can. Obviously, winning solves all of those problems, but if we are going to be in a position where we can't get the victory, then we really need to know where these other 3, if not 4 cars are around us. So that's going to create a lot of excitement during the race, because I am prone to losing track of who it is I'm supposed to be watching for, who we're fighting in points. I forget all about that when I'm in the race and simply focus on that. So that's going to make things very interesting going into the race. But now let's come back over to the work plan. So you see we have a 4th chassis, that other short track chassis. I was pretty sure all along that's what I was going to end up doing, but I went ahead and got it done so that in case we need it for Phoenix, if we make it into the Championship 4, we're going to have this chassis ready. You can see right now it's at 94, 92, and 94. And so with one more week of work, it will definitely be ready to go for Phoenix, and I'm really hoping that we need it. So here's how this is going to line up for us. If we are able to race our way into the Final Four at Martinsville, then we'll be running Phoenix. If that doesn't happen for whatever reason, then we'll simply skip forward into the Xfinity Series, and we'll start running races there and work our way into the Cup Series. So that's how things are going to go. But right now, take a look at chassis number 3, 100, 95, and 100. That is the type of chassis that I want to be taking to our current event. So you can see work plan is already done. It's time to select our car. And of course, we want chassis number 3. And now, only one thing left to do. It's race time. All right, practice and qualifying in the books, and we qualify 6th. Now, not a great qualifying run by any means. This is another one of those momentum tracks that I really need several laps to try to find a rhythm and my braking points and everything. So I was kind of just guessing at the braking points and overshot one of the entries and really backed it up too far on the other end. So 20.67, definitely not a great lap. But you can see it's got us in really good starting position. And if we notice who else is around us, sure enough, there's Austin Hill very close. There's Stuart Friesen, who is right there, actually going to be starting alongside us. So we've got some competitors in close vicinity, just as you would expect. However, I do notice that these guys, of course, Ben Rhodes is also there. I missed him the first time around. Let's see, who else are we looking for? At the front of the pack, I really don't see anybody that we have to worry about. So it's really the guys that are starting immediately around us. And I feel good over a long run. Now, I've made a couple of changes, not drastic changes, but I've tightened the car up a little bit because this tends to be a demolition derby at this track. So I'm going to try to be as under control as possible because I got a feeling we're going to spend a lot of time in 2 and 3 wide, and AI cars are going to be everywhere. Should be exciting. Let's see what happens. All right, taking a quick look at the stories of the race. Austin Hill crashed during qualifying. Of course, that is a huge deal since he's part of those that were racing for that final slot in the championship 4. Also, of course, Gilliland has a lot of speed. Nothing new there. He's had quite a bit of speed lately.
Ready. Green flag, inside.
So goal number 1 is to survive these first few laps, give everybody a little bit of room. Let's see what these guys have got.
Inside.
Look at that. Oh, I don't know what that was. That was scary.
10 to go.
John Hunter was definitely swatting flies. I'm not sure if he was fighting a swarm of bees or what inside that car. But thankfully, at least for now, we're going to put him right behind us. And so the start has gone very well. We're sitting here in 4th position. I welcome these guys fighting in front of us as long as they don't do too much of that, which is contact.
Careful, still there.
All right, I'm trying to give this outside a little bit of a chance here because I don't want to just play follow the leader. So let's see what we can do up here. Better yet, let's see what Moffitt can do up here. And right now, the answer is not much.
Careful, still there.
Still think there's some speed to be had up there. But again, goal number 1
still there.
Has been accomplished. So far, so good on surviving. We've gotten to the bottom. Now let's see what kind of speed we've got. Of course, these guys in front of us are not the ones we're fighting for a spot in the championship 4. So that's one thing we got going for it. Ooh, look out, Moffitt. All right, truck is definitely tight, which is by design. And right now I'm just trying to get a read on these guys. Not only for speed, but also to see, I mean, what are they going to do? As much as I would like to just think I was going to drive up there and pass all of them right now, my focus has to be on the full race. We're in a good spot right now as far as stage points and so on. I mean, I can get right to his bumper, and that's for sure. Let's see if we've got enough engine to get up to him. We should.
Careful, still there.
All right, he gave me a little room there. He didn't necessarily have to.
All clear.
All right, so we'll move into 3rd.
There we go.
All right, so Enfinger's going to drive very defensively.
Stay on the bottom here.
Which is, as always, understandable. Just something you do at Martinsville.
White flag is in the air. Still there.
All right, so he's still out there, which is good for him.
You're all clear up top there.
All right, there we go. We finally get clear. And just in time for the end of the stage. So we'll come off of turn 4, and I am very happy with stage 1.
That'll earn you a few stage points.
that worked out very well. So we'll pick up 9 points, and I can't really see. Let's see, who are we looking at? Stuart Friesen picked up 5. Ben Rhodes picked up a few. That's all I got a chance to see, and again, I usually forget some of the guys. Of course, we're not going to be pitting. We've got 39 laps total to go, so we're about 10 or 11 here in this stage. So we're starting on the outside, which hopefully...
Almost ready now.
Ooh, on the outside, but yet here we are.
Inside.
Sitting right in the middle of the track. So
10 to go.
That's always fun.
Got a car coming inside now.
Try to gas it up a little bit in the center of the corner. Ooh, that was a very nice move on his part.
You're all clear on the bottom there.
Unfortunately, he left a little bit of room there for me to cross him over.
All clear.
All right, there we go. Now let's see if we can hold it. All right, 10 laps here in stage number 2. Now is our opportunity to try to find some sort of rhythm.
Wow, that's fast.
And me to try and find some idea of my braking markers. Figure out what works best. Because right now I'm not looking to put down blistering laps. That's not the goal. But I do kind of need to know how deep I can drive it into the corner, just in case it comes down to the last couple of laps and I need to throw it in there. But also, as I look in our mirror...
Keep it up. That was your best lap ever.
When I look in our mirror, I don't see them really charging back on us. So it looks like we've got enough speed to hang out here and maybe to fend off some challenges as they come.
Five to go, driver.
Not a whole lot of brake needed on corner entry. I just don't particularly like how these cars feel in the NASCAR Heat Series under heavy braking, or heavier braking, I should say. There are some other sims out there that I really like a lot better than this as far as their behavior under braking. That has a lot to do with why I'm not a huge fan of the road courses in the NASCAR Heat Series either. The braking behavior just isn't, just doesn't feel right to me. Other people may love it, but for me it's just not quite what I'm looking for. All right, right now we're just cruising. I mean, this is very unexpected, but we are cruising right along.
2 laps to go.
So I'm just going to try to get through these last couple of laps nice and easy. No reason to push the car at all. All right, final lap.
White flag, dig, driver.
Yeah, second place is nowhere to be found. All right, there you have it, stage 2 in the books. And once again, a very successful stage for us. That's going to be 10 points. All right, so Moffitt, Enfinger, Ben Rhodes is up there. He got 7, so he is right there with us as far as points. Friesen also doing very good. Who else are we looking for? See, I've already forgotten. Austin Hill, of course, he started in the back. But we got Ben Rhodes and Friesen up there for sure. So tire wear looks great. We got 26 laps remaining. Let's get to it. Let's get our seat adjusted. I feel like my office chair here is, oh my, where are we starting this race? Can we, I find myself turning to the right, even though I know it doesn't help before we get control of the cars. All right, nice and easy down into turn 1.
Still there. You got room, you're clear there.
All right, so we cleared him through the corner. That was awesome. Nice and easy through here. Let's just try to once again get back into our rhythm. Trying to stay off that curb, but actually with this setup, it's not as big a deal as it has been in the past. You know, they've changed some of the behavior of the curbing and the apron and that kind of stuff, thank goodness. So hitting the curbing here isn't as big a deal as it used to be. You can see right there, we nudged it a little bit. No issue at all.
We've got 20 more laps.
All right, so you can see I'm overshooting that corner a little bit. I could always brake a little bit harder, but again, there's no reason to, at this point, since nobody's around us, no reason to overstress the tires. We've got some room. There we go, that was much more tidy. Now, if I wanted the absolute fastest laps I could run, then I'm definitely going to need to loosen this car up. Probably take a little wedge out of it so it rotates through the center better. That would probably be my first option. But in order to take care of those tires, I've chosen to tighten this thing up some so it doesn't rotate through the center the way I would like for it to. All right, so the fun in a race like this, because there's no pressure from behind right now. The fun is going to begin, and the frustration along with it, when we get to lap traffic. I can see them up ahead. The question is, how many do we catch, and when do we catch them? Because it looks like there is a train of them that we're going to get to first. And whenever you see a train of AI, yeah, there's 3 of them right there together, and then another few not that far in front of those. So that's what's going to be the great equalizer in this race. All right, so I'm seeing a group of 3, and then I believe it's a group of 4 immediately in front of those. So also, I'm spending a lot of time watching those guys rather than driving my own truck right now. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt me. But I'm trying to watch their behavior. Are they darting in and out trying to pass each other, or are they pretty much, you know, right there orderly in line with each other? And I do see them, obviously, right in front of us, trying to make a pass. But as long as they're orderly about it, then I think we can get through them. The question is, can we get through them better than the AI behind us? All right, what are you guys going to do here? White, are you going to be able to get to his inside? I don't think so.
Still there.
All right, we're just going to try to pass them one at a time. There's Harmon. There's our race winner from Talladega.
Top 3, use it if you need it. You're clear all around there.
All right, there's 2 down. And again, I'm not using the leaderboard so that I could definitely see. All right, there's Nemechek. He's giving us some room.
I need 10 more solid laps. Concentrate for me.
Look out.
You got room. You're clear.
Car went straight there on entry.
Still there.
All right, now we got a mess.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
All right, so these guys are a little bit more racy.
Car high, careful there. All right.
Oh,
you're clear
and guess
there.
what? We have company behind us.
Got Got a
So
car
there's the
high
answer
now.
to how well do the AI behind us
You got room. You're clear there.
get through this. Well, that's definitely your answer. Oh, I like that. Was that
Stay on the
Austin
bottom
Hill?
here.
I wasn't really paying attention there. I think it was.
Outside.
Of course, the bad thing for us is that as we move through this traffic,
Clear eye,
we're
clear
making the
eye.
way for second place right behind us. So we have to make the opening, and he just gets to drive right through because he's managed to stay with us. All right, a little bit of open track here. Anytime we get open track, we want to put a little bit of distance if we can. All right, there we go. Boyd stays to the outside, gives
Stay on
me
the
some
bottom.
room.
5 to go, driver. You're all clear up top there.
All right, Josh Rayon, please give me some room. Oh, he did not. Okay. All right, I was hoping he was going to give us the bottom through the corner, but
Careful.
didn't
Still
happen.
there. You got room. You're clear.
Again, second place, right there in our mirror. But I'm trying to be very delicate with these guys. Really don't want to use the bumper at all. All right, let's see what we can do with Gray here. See if we can get next to him down the straightaway. Ooh, I didn't think that he was going to give us any room, so I backed out of it early. And then there's a whole big mess in front of him.
Just a couple more turns. 2 more.
All right, I
Here
am
you
going
go.
to force my way
Got
in
one
right
outside
here.
now. All right, you're clear there.
All right, Ross Chastain. Yeah, this is just, now we're into just a continuous line. It's just one big train of trucks now.
Stay on the bottom here. You got 1 to go.
All right, final lap. Ooh, this is going to be fun.
You got room. You're clear.
All right, as long as we stay to the bottom, he's back there, but he's sort of got the same issues we do. There's really nowhere for him to go.
Still there. You're all clear up top.
All right, so there you have it. We'll come off the final corner
Great job, driver.
and bring home the
Checkered
victory.
flag is in the
So
air.
Martinsville is ours. Now we don't have to worry about points and where everybody finished behind us because we got that victory. So let's go ahead and skip the burnout again. Burnouts are not something I'm interested in. All right, first place. That is awesome. That's exactly what we needed. You can see Grant Enfinger was right behind us. And then it was a few seconds back to the other guys, but just taking a quick look. Let's see, I see Ben Rhodes. We already know Austin Hill did not have a good ride in this one. He started at the back and we ended up lapping him. But Friesen's in there, so he should be in good shape. My guess, before we move on, is that Friesen got plenty of points to be that next guy. But with us getting the victory, we'll have to see how it all plays out. So race earnings, 38 grand total, 48,620. Every bit of money we make is definitely appreciated. So as we continue on, between us and Ross Chastain, we had 2 victories. Grant Enfinger easily points his way in, and Stuart Friesen barely made it. Wow, 1 point between him and Johnny Sauter. And Johnny Sauter came into this race plus 20. So that is a huge loss. I never did remember seeing Johnny Sauter, but apparently he had a very, very bad race. So that's going to do it from Martinsville. Awesome. This is where you want to end every video, quite frankly. But the key is not just that you got the win, but you had to work for it. And this one we definitely had to work for. Not so much on raw speed, but we had to get through traffic because we had the AI right behind us. So that'll do it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. Looks like next time we're headed to Phoenix to race for a championship.